During the westward expansion of the United States, Indians were seen as a hindrance to Americans and an unfortunate interruption to the fulfillment of America's manifest destiny of the 19th century. Eventually, the United States had conquered all of what is now the continental United States, legally making Native Americans a defeated nation. As reparations for the treaties broken by the United States during the annexation of the Western Territories, those Native American tribes that had not assimilated into American society were given plots of land known as reservations. But the reservations tended to have very few natural resources and little way of bringing money in for the tribe. According to the National Gambling Impact Study Commission, in 1990, there was a 48.8% poverty rate in Indian reservations, and reservations had the highest rates of poverty, unemployment, welfare dependency, school dropout, alcoholism, and other indicators of poverty and social distress of any communities in the United States. This is where the controversy of casinos sponsored by sovereign tribal governments comes into play.
Gaming certainly isn't new to Native Americans. In fact, it's been a part of Native American culture since the beginning of time. Each village had designated areas where games were played. In modern times, these allocated areas are large-scale gaming businesses called casinos. In 1988, Congress formally recognized but limited the right of Native Americans to conduct gaming operations with the passage of the Indian Gaming Regulatory Act. Ever since the legalization of full-scale casino gambling on reservations in any state that allowed such gambling anywhere within its borders, Indian gaming began to grow rapidly. In 1988, there were approximately 70 Indian gaming facilities nationwide. Today, the majority of federally recognized tribes, 354 out of 552, own casinos generating about $19.5 billion in annual revenues. Between 10% and 30% of that is net income.
But has the implementation of casino gambling on reservations helped or hurt the Native Americans? Some of the benefits of gaming are that it brings in jobs, and it is in fact the fastest growing job market on Indian reservations to date. Indian gaming has created over 300,000 jobs in the United States, with 25% of employees being Native Americans. Some unemployment rates have dropped by 20 to 50% in many communities in just a few years.
Tell me what you know of where most of the casino revenues go towards and what kind of projects you know of that you can name.
Well, it really varies because each tribe is sovereign. Each tribe has the ability, the responsibility to decide what they were going to do with their revenues. So some tribes put all of their money into kind of infrastructure, so maybe they build a hospital or a clinic, they build a school, they buy back land, they invest in other economic development opportunities, language and culture revitalization. Some tribes give away, have assistance for schooling, and some tribes give away, they give per capita distributions, which means that each individual gets sort of a portion of the profits. And so tribes vary, and many tribes do many or all of those things.
Some of the negative impacts of gaming on Indian reservations include an increase in crime rates, more specifically about a 10% increase in auto thefts, larceny, violent crime, and bankruptcy in counties 4 years after a casino is opened. In addition, there has been an increase in drug and alcohol abuse and gambling addictions within the reservation. Bad reputations and misconceptions about Native Americans arise, claiming their focus on money instead of community.
The Big Four tribes would corner the market on a third of California's Indian gaming revenue pie, while making billions more, while tribes without casinos will likely get less funding, forcing them to cut back on education, health insurance, and economic development programs.
We expect for the non-Indian community to take advantages of us, but we don't expect our own people to do that. They made a promise, they should stand by it.
So, I mean, I think that there are many benefits. One being, a lot of Native communities didn't have kind of basic infrastructure, paved roads, phones, sewer systems, their own school systems, tribal newspapers, clinics, a way to get health care. That a lot of those things all came about through economic development like gaming.
The Indian gaming industry has been both a curse and a blessing to the Native American civilization. Due to its population's uneven distribution across the United States, the fruits of the gaming industry have not benefited the entire community. The issue of Native American reservation casinos will continue to be a hot and much discussed topic for years to come.